Inside the GM Studios halls, tabletop games where nightmares meet in a realm where sanity is lost and weak. Welcome to the abyss, retreat shadow inside the GM Studio. All things matters, blood and chaos, and time tries to unfold in the realm of role-playing where legends are told.
Welcome everybody to this week's edition of Inside the GM Studio, podcast all about the tabletop RPG hobby. I'm your host Matt,
And I am David.
and no games were done this week. Not even my Thursday game. I think we're gonna take 2 weeks off. People are busy, and frankly, I'm kind of glad. We're jumping into Triangle Agency, and I'm not really looking forward to it that much. I'm interested, but I'm not looking forward to it. We did get David and I had a little discussion about if we were thinking if Beto was ever going to come back to the game, and I took it upon myself, and I just thought, yeah, I'll send him a message, see what he's been up to, see if he's still alive.
He sent me birthday wishes like back at the middle of last month, and so I assume he's still putzing around. I was like surprised that he did that because I was like, oh, I would have just assumed that he would have silenced Discord. He gets all our messages for Discord still, but like it's like he's not playing. Yeah, I thought maybe he heard us.
Yeah, I didn't tell David that I messaged him, and he popped in like the next day.
Yeah,
and it was just like, hey guys, blah blah blah. I thought about just keeping quiet and be like, wow, yeah, he might have heard something, but nah. I had to tell him.
It really makes me wonder is if you had never said anything, would he have ever come back? I don't know. But no, happy to have him back at the game if it fits into his schedule. I would much rather just wait for someone to have something work for them than for them to try to make it work only to be canceling like every other week or every, month. And it's like, okay, that's just not good. I'd like to get us to get back on a pretty consistent schedule, and I think getting back to D&D, if Beto is in, we'll do that. We'll get back on a more kind of count on it every week. Since he's been gone, it's been kind of touch and go. There's been some stretches where we would play every week for, a month or whatever, but I mean, we pretty much jumped right into Barbarians of Lemuria, didn't we? And we played one 2-session saga, another 2-session saga, and then did we do a third, or is this the third one?
I could probably tell you, because let's see, and I wasn't there for all of them. You actually,
I played 1 or 2 with Cody and Patrick.
yeah, where am I?
But yeah, it was. But even still, if you added up all of the sessions, we've played maybe 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, maybe 10 sessions we've played. But we've been off the game for what?
So we started BBL, as I like to call it, on June 1st.
Right. So we started June 1st, June, July, August, September, October. It's been 4 months, and I bet you we've played. So that's what, 16 weeks? That's what I was going to guess, about 16 weeks. We've played maybe 10 sessions in 16 weeks. So that's a little less frequent than I would like. And also the sessions, especially when Diana doesn't want to play for 4 or 5 hours. She likes to play for like 3 hours. And so a lot of those sessions were truncated for one reason or another. I'd like to get back to a consistent weekly schedule of 4 or 5 hours. But yeah, so we'll see how it goes.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Getting back into something a little bit more steady, regular.
Yeah, I need to like revisit the campaign to remember all of the things that are going on. And
I know, I think all of us do.
And probably do, I got to do some prep too. I haven't had to prep for this campaign in like a year because I just prepped so far in advance, but we were kind of bumping up against what I had already finished, and that's why I thought it was like, oh, this is a good break because I don't have a lot of things. I mean, like, I know where the story is going, but it's like, maps and character sheets and locales and all of the kind of hardware, as it were, of D&D. Part of what's good about BOL is that there's really not much of that, so I don't, you know, kind of just tinker around with the image generative AI for some characters and some locales and stuff, but that's easy enough. So
Yeah, it's like a lot of the games that I ran for my Thursday group. That's why we always played ICRPG or something super simple, because I could just come up with shit real quick if I needed to.
yeah,
And there wasn't a lot of prep, and we like to play that way, fast, loose, all that sort of stuff. So those kind of games are really nice for, especially when you're doing these in betweens. Like
short
if we
term,
were,
yeah.
very short term.
But this is the reason. This is the reason that D&D is the king of role playing games, is because you always go back to it. The palate cleanser of a more rules light or fast and loose system like that, it gets stale, and you kind of want to go back to something that's got a little more structure. And D&D structure is like just at that good balance where it's not too crunchy the way something that I feel the same way with games that are too crunchy. It's like you play them long enough, they might be kind of cool for like, a Shadowrun mission or something a little, but then after a while, it's almost like it starts to feel like work,
Yeah,
especially
it
as you
becomes a
start,
job.
yeah, you start building your characters and you start like, and prepping for GMing it. It starts to just feel like, geez, it's so overwrought that it just takes so much work to go into like any given session or build leveling a character. But D&D is just right in that fucking sweet spot, man. And it's
Yeah.
just it's the reason it's like the McDonald's. You just crave it after a while, and you gotta have it.
Yeah,
So
there's those systems that are out there today that are just in the sweet spot for long-term campaigns. D&D, Pathfinder, Daggerheart now.
I was gonna say I
Uh,
could see Daggerheart being
yeah.
really in the sweet spot for even more than Pathfinder. In that
Oh,
sweet
yeah, yeah,
spot
I would
for
agree. Pathfinder is still, even the second edition is still a little too crunchy for me. I dig it, but just for the customization that you can do. But I don't know if I would ever want to run it just because there are so many fucking rules.
yeah.
And then Savage Worlds. I'll put Savage Worlds in there.
Savage Worlds too. Yeah, it's in that sweet spot too. It's a
Mhm.
little on the lighter end
Yeah,
of
it's probably
D&D
the
Daggerheart,
lightest I would go for a long-term campaign.
but yeah, but it does work really well. I could see doing Savage Worlds um for a long-term campaign too. I could see running Daggerheart too, for that matter. So
Hmm. Yeah, but that's what they were made for. All of those were made for long form, for games to be played, and not
mhm.
even getting into like Palladium games like Rifts or GURPS or any of
Yeah,
those things. Roll Master, for fuck's sake,
yeah.
that I don't even want to think about running because of all the, like you said, you would have to have folders and paperwork and binders, and
You know,
it
I
just
would I
becomes a
would
job.
I would put I would probably mechanically anyway. I would put VTM in that category too. Its
Oh yeah,
mechanics are good for
yeah.
long form, especially because most of the stuff that you're doing is character work, right?
Hmm.
And the system is like just sophisticated enough for most scenarios,
Hmm.
not for combat. Like it's kind of atrocious for combat, but not, I wouldn't say atrocious. It's not great for combat, but there's not supposed to be a lot of combat in that world anyway. So, but it works well, especially just like as a simple kind of clean dot system. Yeah, maybe when you start getting into the deeper reaches of like thaumaturgy and stuff, it gets a little complicated. But
Hmm.
it's still just a pretty straightforward dice pool system,
If you're
which
one
works.
of those weirdos that actually, like when third edition came out and they went to like, you could actually play, was it like sixth and lower generation?
Oh yeah.
So like all the dots went up to 10 and
Mm-hmm.
all that. They started adding more onto it, and it was just like, whoo, now shit gets really,
The
really
the
crazy.
the 20th or is it 30th? The 30th
20th.
edition. The 20th edition.
20th anniversary, yeah.
20th anniversary edition has yeah, it gives you like dots all the way up to 10. But it's also pretty clear that that's whatever. You start getting to that point and it's almost like, then you're really climbing the ladder. And to me, that
Hmm.
isn't really what the game is about, right? You're in the same way that D&D is not really about becoming the kings of nations and stuff. And
Right.
I've heard people that have incorporated stuff like that into their campaigns, and it seems like they're fairly satisfied with it, but then it just becomes geopolitical, right? It just
Mm.
becomes marching armies and fleets of ships, and um, it's no longer a small. It's a strategic game. It's no longer a tactical game, and
Hmm.
and that can be fun, but it just doesn't have like the dynamism of a smaller scope. So
All right. Well, since we didn't have any games going on, in lieu of trying to find some topic to fill up our normal time of ranting about our games, I thought I would come up with a little game for David to play. And I've been watching a lot of Dropout TV recently, and they have a great show on there called Actually, which is a little game show where I give some statements, and all these are going to be about Dungeons and Dragons that are wrong. And all you
okay,
have to do, David, I'm not gonna expect you, because a lot of these are really really hard. Like, these are for the diehards.
okay. Ooh.
I don't expect you to know the actual answer to what they should be, but see if you can just pick out what is actually wrong.
Oh, actually, I gotta have a
Actually,
pair of glasses. Yeah, I'm curious of whether I'll even be able to correct any
and
of
we're gonna
them.
start with a fun one first. This one's gonna be visual as well. I've made a little slideshow with the visuals,
Oh, okay.
and the actual statements on there. And let me get my answer sheet out.
This guy's a cheater. This guy's a cheater.
I am. All right,
Cheater.
let's get a little game going on here.
Sure, yeah, I'm ready. Let's do it.
And we're gonna share my
Yeah.
screen. Welcome to
All
All
right.
right. Geo Studio Game Show. Thank you, Matt. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Matt, very much. I forgot I had a voiceover in that thing there. Okay.
Okay.
So first up, so David, these are going to be some statements that I'm going to bring up. All the rules are from 2014.
Okay.
The class stuff, don't worry about thinking of subclasses or multi-classing characters. All you're going to worry about is the statements, and then tell me what you think is wrong. So in this first one, we have Elbrotha, the Goliath fighter, Una, the halfling rogue, Calliope, the elven wizard, and Amarek, the dwarven cleric, face off against a pit fiend and a demi-lich. Now, with this picture, I'll let you know that in this scene, only one thing is wrong. Can you pick it out?
It is a lich, not a demi-lich.
That is correct. It is not a demi-lich. It is a full-blown lich.
Full-blown.
What is the
FBL.
difference between this full-blown lich and a demi-lich?
The I'm just going to call it a lich, not a full-blown lich. But a lich has a body basically. A demi-lich
Hmm.
is just a floating skull. And this one here is carrying a staff and has like a robe on, and so he's obviously a lich. The pit fiend looks like that's appropriate, although he probably wouldn't be carrying a morning star like that. But
Yeah.
never mind.
All right. Slide number 2.
Okay.
Elbrotha runs at the pit fiend using her dodge reaction to avoid the devil's attack of opportunity before sinking her silvered axe into the pit fiend's chest. I will let you know that there are 3 things on this one.
Okay. Elbrotha, okay, runs at the pit fiend using her dodge reaction. Okay, that's not a thing that she can do, and because she's not a
Correct.
rogue. To avoid the devil's attack of opportunity. So if she's entering the pit fiend's reach, the pit fiend does not get an attack of opportunity.
Correct.
It would just be attacking her, sinking her silvered axe into the pit fiend's chest. Okay. So I don't
This one
see.
is a little more tricky because of the play on words. It should say before sinking and damaging the pit fiend with
No, that's
her silvered axe.
sinking. Okay. That's okay. Yeah, I wouldn't have got that. That seems a little
Yep. Pit
esoteric.
fiends are immune to all weapons except magical weapons, so the silver weapon is wrong.
Oh, right. That's what I was thinking, but I was
Yep.
like, well, it doesn't say anything about it damaging it.
Yeah, that's why
It
I was
just
saying
says
it
that.
should have had damage in there.
Okay. You're saying that's not one of the things that's wrong, but it would have been, yeah, because you can still hit a pit fiend with a silvered axe.
You
It
can.
just
It's
isn't
just
going to
not going to
do
do
anything.
anything.
Yeah, it's not going to do anything.
Yep.
Um,
Running does not trigger a reaction. And yeah, opportunity attack. You don't get an opportunity attack if they enter
Yeah,
your range.
yeah. It's see the silver axe thing. Yeah, that's like it occurred to me. It did. It just I was just reading carefully. I'm like, well, it doesn't
Oh, sure.
say that it damaged it. It just that she hit it with it.
Yeah.
So whatever.
All right,
All right.
next one. The Pit Fiend rolls initiative, casting Hold Monster on Elbratha, binding her in place before making its bite, claw, mace, and tail attacks on Amarek.
Okay. Well, if they're already fighting, I don't know why it would be rolling initiative. So
Correct.
that seems weird. Secondly, it can't cast Hold Monster and make Bite, Claw, Mace, and Tail attacks in the same round.
Correct. And that is both of them. Next one. Amarek calls on the power of Grumsh One Eye, god of the Forge, using a second level spell slot to cast Fireball, destroying the Pit Fiend.
Okay, couple things. So, Umarak is a cleric, and Grumish is the not the god of the Forge. He's the god, the orc one-eyed god.
Correct.
Um, and so, secondly, a cleric cannot cast Fireball, and Fireball is not a second level spell, it is a third level spell.
Correct.
So, I think destroying the Pit Fiend. Okay, I mean, and frankly, I mean, just as a side note, one second level spell slot, given that we know he was not damaged with the Silver Axe, is not likely to kill the Pit Fiend, but, you know, hey, maybe he was already low on hit points or whatever.
I'm gonna give you half a point on that one. Pit fiends are immune to fire.
Oh, fuck, yeah, that's right. Of course they are. Like, oh, why didn't I think about that?
All right. Next one up.
God,
Calliope
that's
uses
annoying. I should have gotten it. Sorry.
Calliope uses benign transposition to cast invisibility on Una before drinking a potion of healing.
Okay, Calliope uses benign. I don't know what benign transposition is.
I'll just let you know it's a spell.
Yeah, but I don't really know what that like benign transposition. But it says that she casts invisibility. Okay, so as per traditional 2014 rules, you would not be able to drink a potion and cast a spell.
That is correct.
Secondly, yeah, given that I don't know what benign transposition is, I think that's all I got for this one. Oh, wait. Yeah, Calliope is the wizard, right? Okay, I'm just making sure.
Yep.
That, that is a... So,
That's
yes,
pretty much it.
invisibility is a wizard spell. I don't know what benign transposition does, though.
Yeah, I'm not sure either. I tried to find it, but it's not in SRD, and I don't have anything else when I was putting this together.
Oh, okay.
Next one. The Demi-Lich uses its Howl attack on Una, missing due to her invisibility. It then casts Vile Curse with a legendary action, and Una fails her Charisma save. It uses a final legendary action to fly 30 feet straight up.
Okay, wow. Okay, so first of all, as noted earlier, it's not a Demi-Lich, so that's
Mhm.
wrong. However, a Demi-Lich does have a Howl attack, so if it were a Demi-Lich, it would have a Howl attack, but would not miss her due to her invisibility, from what I understand, because the Howl attack, I believe, elicits a saving throw, not an attack roll, which would do
Correct.
nothing for invisibility. Then it would not be able to also cast Vile Curse, especially because a legendary action is something that you take on the end of someone else's turn,
Correct.
not your turn, and so then wouldn't be able to use two legendary actions, certainly on its own turn. It could only use them on subsequent turns. Finally, I don't know whether the Demi-Lich I think the Demi-Lich does get a legendary action to fly, like to move its speed, but I'm pretty sure that the Vile Curse isn't a Charisma save.
I
But I
was
might be
wondering if you were going to get
okay.
that one. It's a wisdom save.
I was going to say, I think it's a wisdom save.
Yep.
Okay, so I was right. And as for whether they can use the legendary action to fly, I think they can, but I'm not certain.
But they cannot use a legendary action until after another person's
Right,
turn.
right. So that's just wrong.
All
Like
right,
on several
nice.
fronts.
All right, last one.
All right.
Una uses her jump skill, rolling a nat 30, clearing the 30 feet to the Demi Lich, and sneak attacks it. On her bonus action, she turns undead, utterly destroying the Demi Lich.
Wow. Okay, there's fucking a lot wrong here. Okay. First of all, there's no jump skill.
Correct.
There's an athletics check. Secondly, there's no such thing as a nat 30. You could get a nat 20.
Correct.
Thirdly, even if you got a nat 20, how far you can jump is not governed by an athletics check. It's just governed by your strength score. And 30 feet, I think, is beyond the reach of even somebody with a. Well, if it's a, we don't know whether it's a running
Right.
or standing. So it's possible that they could do a running long jump if your strength were really high. But the rogue is not likely to have skill that high. Either way, to the Demi Lich and sneak attacks it. Okay, she can sneak attack it because she's a rogue. So that's no, actually she shouldn't be able to sneak attack it because it's not adjacent to an ally, and there's nothing in the text that would indicate that Una would get advantage on her attack roll. So no sneak
Correct.
attack. And then her bonus action, she can't turn undead at all, let alone with a fucking bonus action.
Correct.
And would there's no way that um, first of all, there's no way that even if she could turn undead, that the Lich would be in the challenge rating for her to destroy it, and that would be just totally ignoring the fact that I don't think you can turn undead on a Lich anyway. So
Correct.
it's like double wrong.
Yeah. You got every single one there. Yep. Una, there is no jump skill. There's no such thing as a nat 30. Jumping 30 feet straight up, just with, like you said, even if your strength is really high as a rogue, it's still really, I don't think it's even possible.
Yeah.
No way that she can get sneak attack because she wouldn't have advantage on it.
Or
Yeah.
adjacent to an ally.
Yep. Not a cleric, so can't turn undead, and turn undead is not a bonus action.
Yeah.
And yeah, cleric, our liches are too high a level to be destroyed. So yeah,
Right,
well done. That was the
but
very last one.
but don't liches even have like turn immunity? Like you can't turn them at all.
That I'm not sure of. I just know
So
that they
like
are
so
out
like
of the
yeah, they're
the
of course
range.
they're out of the range to be destroyed. But even if it didn't say destroying the lich, if it just said turns undead on the lich and that it has any effect on it, I'm pretty sure liches are just immune. There are some high level undead that are just totally immune to, not totally immune to being turned. I'm pretty sure a lich is one of them.
I would believe it. All right, let's get into something not as fun, not as visual for David. I know that all of you out there, unless you're watching our Twitch VOD, you don't get to see it, but you could always go back and watch and look at the cool little visuals that were there for David to do.
Yeah, that was fun.
All right, these are going to be where it gets a little bit harder, but like I said,
Okay.
all you have to do is just try to think of what might be wrong, which one is wrong.
Okay.
All right, number one. Hey, are you a spellcaster or just an asshole? All of the following spells you might learn in 5th edition that are also just things a jerk might do or have. Glibness, interrupt, dominate person, mislead, cause fear.
I don't think mislead is a spell.
It is a spell.
Is it?
Mm-hmm.
Like, read them again?
Glibness, interrupt, dominate person, mislead, cause fear.
Okay, I don't know what mislead is. Interrupt, I don't think is a spell either.
That is correct.
But mislead. what does
Interrupt is an
mislead do?
action.
Yeah, it's an action.
Counter spell is what it
Counter
should be.
spell. Yeah, I thought that's where they're getting at.
Interrupt, I think, was a spell in older editions, but this specifically said 5th edition.
Mm-hmm.
All right, number 2. Items in D&D draw their inspiration from a wide variety of places. Some come from myth and folklore, like 7 League boots and Carpet of Flying. Some come from history, like studded leather armor and tridents, while others come from published works of fiction, like Vorpal's sword and Ioun stones.
All right.
This one took me by surprise.
Okay. Read it again. See, this is I don't have the text in front of me,
Mhm.
so I can't interrogate the text.
Items in D&D draw their inspiration from a wide variety of places.
Okay.
Some come from myth and folklore, like Seven League Boots and Carpet of Flying. Some come from history, like studded leather armor and tridents, while others come from published works of fiction, like Vorpal's Sword and Iron Stones.
Okay. Um, I don't think Seven League Boots are a magic item.
That's what I thought too. That is incorrect.
See, it sounds familiar, but like in fifth edition they are?
This one just says items in D&D.
Oh, but I thought you said they were all specific
Nope.
to fifth edition.
Nope.
Oh,
These
okay. Yeah,
these
because
ones will
Seven
not
League
be.
Boots were like in second and third edition. I remember that, but I don't.
No, I
think,
didn't. I didn't even know this one. This one threw me out of here.
and
Uh,
I was gonna
because
say, I also didn't think that the Ion Stones were already a thing that was in a published work, but maybe
yes,
they are.
yeah,
They are.
they are actually.
Where are they from?
This one. So the answer is studded leather armor has no historical basis.
Yep.
Most people agree that that would make your armor weaker. And most people, a lot of people, think that Gygax misunderstood illustrations of Brigadine armor, which is where they are studs that are part of the thing you're wearing that you affix plate to for plate mail.
Yeah, yeah. It's okay. So yeah, I was gonna say that actually. Like, I don't think studded leather is a thing. There's also some dispute about whether banded mail was ever really a thing too. But what are ion stones from?
I don't know. I didn't look that up. Some of these I
Yeah.
have links for stuff that I need to look at, but
Ah, okay.
yeah, that one I didn't look up. Vorpal Sword was from Through the Looking Glass. I know that.
Yeah, it's from the Jabberwocky poem.
All right. Next one. This one, you know monsters better than me, so you might catch this one. I didn't catch this one either.
Okay.
Slotty are bipedal, frog-like creatures with a variety of different forms. Blue slotty produce other blue slotty with a lycanthropy-like disease, and red slotty reproduce by planting eggs under a host's skin. If the host of either is a spellcaster, the result is more powerful green slod, who can go on to transform into several other types, including gray, death, white, and black.
Yeah, this I got nothing there.
So
I don't
this
know
one,
I don't know what's wrong in there
also,
at
I
all.
didn't know. Blue slotty produce red slod, and red slod produce blue. That's it. That's the answer.
Didn't know
It-
that.
I didn't. Yeah, me neither.
The more recent editions are not so great about the ecology of monsters as
Yeah.
the previous editions were.
All right. The Blood War is an ancient conflict between the devils of the nine hells of Bator and the celestials of the seven heavens of Mount Celestia. The
That's
Blood
wrong.
War has been fought since the ages before ages.
No, the blood war is between demons and devils, not celestials and devils.
Correct. That one, I was hoping there was going to be some easier ones in here that I knew that we were going to get.
Yeah, the slotty one or slot or whatever it is, that was
Mm-hmm.
like, I don't remember the last time I don't really use that monster very much at all. They're pretty kind of a high level monster,
Mm-hmm.
and I don't remember anything about their ecology. So
Yeah, me neither. I didn't even know that there were. I didn't know that they were white. I knew that they
I
were
didn't either.
death, gray, and black, and I knew
Yeah.
they were blue. I didn't know they were red or white, and I definitely didn't know that blue produced red and red produced blue.
No, I didn't know there were white ones, but I did know that there's a death slot. Actually, I thought the death slot was just the black one, but
I thought, I thought that too when I read it.
so yeah.
All right, Driss Duerden is a major character in the books of R.A. Salvatore. His preferred weapons are a pair of scimitars, Icing Death, a frost weapon that protects against fire, and Vidranath, aka Lullaby.
Those second two weapons are not weapons he uses.
You're halfway there.
Right, because icing death is not a weapon. I don't think.
Icing Death is one of the scimitars.
Oh, it is?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Oh, okay. I get what you're saying. You're saying two scimitars, and then it's naming them.
Yep.
Okay. So right. Okay. So icing. Yeah. What are the names of his scimitars? The second one is not. not the names of one, not the name of one of his scimitars, but I don't know what the names are.
So it's Icing Death, and this is where a lot of people don't remember because it's Icing Death and Twinkle.
That's
Yeah,
yeah.
nobody remembers the second one because it's lame.
No,
Twinkle.
but I swore Icing Death is the name of a white dragon in
Yeah,
the
it
Forgotten
was,
Realms.
and that's he got that. If I remember right, the story he got that scimitar from Icing Death's horde. I could be completely wrong.
Oh, okay. Because I thought Icing Death was the name of a dragon, and so I was thinking that it was the name of his sword. But I thought there were three weapons. I thought you were saying he uses
No.
these three weapons, and I'm like, okay, that's not right because he just uses the scimitars. But yeah, I didn't know what their names were at all.
Yeah, and I thought when they put Vidrinath, for some reason I was thinking that was his panther's name, but I was like, wait, that's not his fucking panther's name. I don't know
I don't
what it is.
know.
All right, this one, we're going to go back a little old school on this one.
Okay.
The alignment system of D&D is one of its most notable features. While alignment in 5e is mostly used for flavor and character development, in previous editions, alignment could have very real mechanical effects on your gameplay. Items like Helm of Opposite Alignment could change a character's alignment, and some spells like Holy Word negatively affected evil creatures specifically.
Okay. Um. Yeah, I don't remember a helm of opposite alignment. I remember cursed items like swapping your alignment or
Yep.
changing your alignment,
Which
but I don't remember.
Helm of Opposite Alignment was a cursed item. But Holy Word, the spell Holy Word, negatively affected non-good characters, not evil
Not
specifically.
specifically evil, just non-good. So if you were true neutral or
Yep,
neutral evil or neutral whatever,
exactly. If
chaotic,
you were not
chaotic,
good,
yeah, chaotic neutral, yeah.
it hurt you. Let's see. Okay, where am I? Magic items. They're fun, unless they're stupid. But some of the stranger items described in the official game manuals include the Ring of Contrariness, the Horn of Baubles, the Ring of Bureaucratic Wizardry, the Belt of Impossible Girth, and the Brooch of Number Numbing.
Okay, I don't. I feel like none of those are actual items.
Surprisingly, I didn't know of any of these. I think I knew of the Horn of Baubles,
That sounded the most plausible one, but I couldn't recall what it did.
but the one that is fake is the Belt of Impossible Girth. That is the only one there that is not real. The Brooch of Number Numbing just makes it so that you cannot discern a high number or a low number. Like you don't know if 3 is higher than 80. That's all it does. Some of these they were just like I said, magic items are fun unless they're stupid, and these ones are all really fucking stupid.
They sound stupid. They sound like they're not real. Like I mean, none of it's real, really. But I'm just saying.
Exactly. All right, this one is another fun one. I just want to see if you could pick out which part of it might be wrong.
I'm
Most
doing
beholder,
terrible so far. So
yeah. Well, yeah, a lot of these I didn't get any of these really. That's why we did the first one because those were all kind of bangers.
yeah.
Those ones I knew we could do. All right. Most beholders are evil and xenophobic, but one specific beholder, Massive Mario, is more neutral. He has exceptional, some might even say godlike knowledge, and spends his days running his tavern, The Laughing Beholder, and listening to tales from adventurers.
I, the name doesn't sound like a name for a beholder, but that's the only
That's
thing.
it, correct. But I'll tell you right now, the real answer is that yes, his name is not Massive Mario. His real name is Large Luigi. Large Luigi was a beholder who ascended the spindle of the planet Hakatha and thereby obtained ultimate knowledge of the universe. With that knowledge, he settled down to become the proprietor, bartender, and bouncer of his tavern, the Happy Beholder, in the city of Brawl in the mid to late 14th century. He was a well-known citizen of the Rock of Brawl and greatest mortal broker of information in the universe. Let's see. Yeah, he's been in He was mentioned in both second edition and fifth edition.
No, Large Luigi sounds familiar, and I guess I didn't even like connect the dots that it's like just going with, you know, uh, the interesting side note for the Mario Brothers. Luigi's name, his last name is Mario,
Yeah.
and Mario's last name is Mario. It's
Hmm.
Mario and Mario Luigi. Those are their names.
Mario and Luigi Mario.
Oh, Luigi Mario. That's what I said. Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to do something here because I think we're going to need some visual for David for this one.
Okay.
So let's do this, and I'm gonna do this. Hold for me, please.
Matt and Dave podcast.
All right, so you're going to do.
Please hold.
Yeah.
Your podcast attention is very important to us. You're the next character on the line.
All right, we are good here. Okay, I'm just gonna take that off.
Okay.
All right. So for this next one, David, I need you to assign the spells in range. By their range, from shortest to longest range.
Oh, okay. I was like, you don't need like the actual ranges of like. I was like, that one's 10 feet. This one's 50 feet.
No,
All right.
no.
Okay. Ooh, wow. So the longest range one is Magic Missile.
Okay, so we'll make that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we'll make that 7.
The closest range one is Purify Food and Drink.
Okay, make that 1.
I'm pretty sure that's a touch spell. Then I would say after Purify Food and Drink would be Raise Dead.
Okay.
Actually, scratch that. Magic Missile has a shorter range. No, Raise Dead is definitely after Purify Food and Drink, and then
Okay.
Raise Dead. But I'm pretty sure Sending has a longer range than Magic Missile does. So I think Sending is 7, Magic Missile is 6.
Okay.
Then I would say, okay, so 1, Purify Food and Drink, 2, Raise Dead, 3, Magnificent Mansion.
Okay.
Ooh, that's tough, because, so I think Project Image is 5, and then that would leave Calm Emotions, but let me see if I think through.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I'm pretty sure Purify Food and Drink is touch. Raise Dead I thought was also touch, but might be just a very close range. Magnificent Mansion, I'm not sure about that versus Calm Emotions. I don't really know, but I thought Magnificent Mansion was in a. I think Calm Emotions is actually closer than Magnificent Mansion. I think Magnificent Mansion's 4 and Calm Emotions is 3.
Okay.
And then, so then 3, 4 Magic Image, 5 Project Image, 6 Magic Missile. I think that's correct.
All right. You're going to lock in with these?
Yeah, that's tough though. I don't know the ranges on a lot of these spells. So yeah,
right. The actual ones, let's see what you got right. So, number 1. What am I doing? Format. No, wait, I know what I'm doing wrong. Jesus Christ,
change
man.
the size of the font. There we go.
So, Raised Dead is touch, which is number one.
Oh, it is touch. Okay.
Yep. Purify food and drink, 10-foot or 5-foot sphere.
Oh, fuck. Okay.
Number three, calm emotions, 60 feet.
Okay.
Number four, magic missile at 120 feet. Number five, magnificent mansion at 300 feet.
Okay, yeah, I gotta fuck that up then.
Six is project image at 500 miles.
500 miles?
Yep. And then you were correct with sending. Good thing you changed that one because sending is unlimited.
Okay. So, yeah, I was right that Raised Dead is touch, but I was wrong that Purify Food and Drink is touch. I thought it was touch. Calm Emotions, I really had nothing to go on. Like, it just was like, I have no idea what the range on that is.
I know. I don't think
Magic
anybody
Missile,
that's ever played with us has ever had calm emotions.
yeah, Magic Missile I knew was 120 feet, but it mucked me up because Magnificent Mansion is 300 feet. I thought I had to be relatively in your vicinity.
You know what? I
Project
thought
Image
so
I knew
too.
was, yeah, Project Image I knew was pretty far, but not that far. So, yeah, wow.
Yeah, those last three really got me.
Yeah,
Well, I
so-
knew sending was. I was pretty sure. I won't say I was positive, but I was pretty sure sending was unlimited.
Yeah, so that's
But yeah,
like
Magnificent Mansion, that one really got me as well.
yeah. So I don't know. That's probably like a B minus C plus on my part.
All right, we got 1, 2, 3, 4 more to go.
Nice.
Next up, Dungeons and Dragons is full of legendary wizards, most well known through the continued use of spells they crafted. We all know Mordenkainen through his magnificent mansion, Tasha through her hideous laughter, and Tenzer through his grasping hand.
No, Tenzer's floating disc. Grasping Hand is another, I believe it's another Mordenkainen's. No, it's Big B. Big
There
B's
you go.
Grasping Hand.
Correct. Next up, if you'd purchase this one was really tough.
Okay, fuck. I'm
If
finding
you'd
that
purchased the original release of Dungeons and Dragons in 1974, you'd have found everything you need to run a campaign, but it would look very different from the D&D you know today. Among the differences, only 3 character classes were available: Cleric, Magic User, and Fighting Man, and Hobbit was one of the playable races.
Well, Cleric, Magic User, and Fighting Man?
Mm-hmm.
No, I don't think that's right. One, I don't think that Hobbit was a playable race, because it's a copyrighted name. I might be wrong on that, but I want to say there was a thief and not a cleric, but I don't know.
That's incorrect, but this one completely went over me as well because I wasn't thinking this, because I think they might have worded this a little wrong, but maybe not. The original release of D&D required already owning chainmail and outdoor survival to play.
Is that right? I have no fucking.
That's what the answers were. But yeah, like I said, I didn't know. I thought I was with you. I was like, I didn't think Cleric was in there. I thought it was Thief, Magic User, and Fighting Man. I remember it was
Yeah.
called Fighting Man.
Yeah.
But I thought Cleric didn't come around until second edition or AD&D.
So basically, it's wrong when it says it included everything that you would need to play the game.
Right,
Nope,
correct.
that's not right at all. Okay. But
All right.
but Hobbit is in there?
Yeah, Hobbit was a playable race.
That's weird. How did they not get sued?
Yeah. Well, he also had Orc. So I'm not sure.
Yeah, but
Oh.
Orc is an acronym for Oxford Rugby Club. So what-
Which I think I just fucked up and gave away the next one. Dungeons and Dragons has lots of monsters that have been drawn from European folklore, such as the kobold, goblin, orc, and troll, but also has several monsters unique to D&D, such as the Tarrasque or fearsome Grell.
Oh yeah, I mean that's easy enough. Orc is not European folklore; it's Tolkien.
Yep, that's all Tolkien. I also put in that the just because they spelled it differently, the Tarrasque, however you like to pronounce it, is French folklore,
Yeah.
which would
Yeah.
be European.
Yeah.
I did look it up after we talked about it the other day. I looked it up to find out, and it is spelled differently in some ways with only one
Yeah.
R,
Yeah,
but sometimes they do it with 2 R's.
yeah, and I think there's no Yeah, it's definitely spelled differently, and you're definitely right. It's French. It's French folklore. Apropos, I couldn't remember if it was Spanish or French, but
Mm.
once you mentioned it, I was like, oh yeah, the word just sounds more French than it does uh, Spanish.
Let's. I'm gonna try to make this a little bit more easier for you as well.
More easier.
More easier because this is the last one.
Ooh, okay.
Share. Vancian casting, named after writer Jack Vance, refers to a system in many games wherein a spellcaster prepares or memorizes spells and cannot swap out or rememorize spells without a full day passing or needing 8 hours of sleep. These spells alone can be used during that time period, even if the caster has access to other spells that they chose not to prepare, although they can cast their prepared spells as many times as they like.
Okay. Is that the name of the type of spellcasting they have in D&D? Vancian
Yeah, Vancian.
spellcasting? I don't know why I didn't know that.
Yeah, Jack
All right.
Vance came up with the somatic material and
Got it. Okay, refers to a
verbal.
system in many games where a spellcaster prepares or memorizes spells, right, and cannot swap out or rememorize spells without a full day's passing or needing 8 hours of sleep. Okay, so are we still talking fifth edition here, or just in
These are
general?
all editions.
Okay, these spells alone can be used during that period. Period. All periods are time periods. Even if the caster has access to other spells that they chose not to prepare, although they can cast their prepared spells as many times as they like. Okay, I think this is poorly worded because first of all, they can't cast their prepared spells as many times as they like. That's governed
Correct.
by their it's governed by how many spell slots they have.
Mhm.
And yes, these spells alone can be used during that period. That's not really true, because for purposes of ritual casting, a wizard can does not need to prepare a ritual that is written in their spell book, which should be all of their rituals. So they can
Correct.
cast it. They can cast it from their book. That would be true for clerics and other characters that prepare spells. So that's like partially true.
Hmm.
It refers to a system in many games wherein a spellcaster prepares or memorizes spells and cannot swap out or rememorize spells without a full day passing or needing 8 hours of sleep. Okay, so really, what's the the thing that governs it is not how much sleep you get, it is whether you take a long rest. And whether you qualify for a long rest is you can only take one long rest per 24-hour or per day, per 24-hour period. So it doesn't matter. It's not as though like, oh no, a day hasn't passed. I'll just lay down and take another 8 hours of sleep, even though I've already slept a full night. You need to be able to benefit from a long rest. And if you can benefit from a long rest, then you can swap out your spells.
Correct.
So let me make sure there's nothing else.
There is one extra one you could do
These
because they
spells.
have it. There's one main answer, and then there's a bunch of sub answers that could be added into it.
Yeah, these spells alone can be used during that time period, even if the caster has access to spells that they chose not to prepare. Right, okay. It's a really awkwardly worded sentence.
Hmm.
Although they can cast their prepared spells as many times as they want. So, I mean, yeah, technically there's no. What limits how many times you can cast a spell is your spell slots limit that, but you can still cast the same spell repeatedly. Like you could
Hmm.
use all of your spell slots to just cast one spell repeatedly if that's what they're getting at.
Yes, the main answer was they are limited to the number of times they can cast spells based on their level and which level of the spell it is. But they also have in there, like you were saying before when you were asking about it, if it's the addition, uh, like arcane recovery and all that, you can get more spell slots, and
Mhm.
some other classes can be able to swap their loadout, so to say, as
Right,
well as
right.
the other ones that you've listed out there.
Yeah, but it's really just getting into the granular detail of just saying your spell slots govern it. Yeah, you
Right.
could use sorcery points, but when you use sorcery points, what you do is you just get spell slots, and you get spell slots from arcane recovery, certain levels of spell slots. But that's the main crux of I think what was wrong there. That and the ritual casting thing.
Yep. That's exactly it. Well done. Uh,
Yeah.
you did better than I did when I went through all these originally. Uh, I got all the ones where we had the visuals, the
Yeah.
nice little slideshow, and
Hmm.
then yeah, a lot of the other ones just fucking I did not know. I thought that was kind of cool. Got to learn some shit.
Yeah.
Hoping some of you guys out there got to learn some shit because that's all we got for this episode. Nice little fun episode where we got to sound like a couple dumbasses that didn't know shit about the game for
Hmm.
one time.
Don't
Where
listen to us. We don't know anything, bro.
we're usually the ones who just like, well, we know the game so well. Well, guess what? I didn't know that the ring of number numbing was a thing, or whatever the fuck it was. But
Fucking dumb.
I know, so dumb. Oh, so dumb. For any of you guys out there, maybe you want to write a little game for us, or you just want to ask us a question. What do you want to know? You can send it into insidethegmstudio@gmail.com. Ask us anything that you want, or tell us that we're doing a good job. Tell us when we're doing a bad job, what we should work on. We're fine with that. We like a little criticism, constructive criticism, not that just garbage where you guys are ugly and your dicks are probably small or something like that. Constructive criticism. Or you can always come and watch us live, usually every Sunday, 9 p.m. Eastern at twitch.tv/Inside the GM Studio and over on youtube.com/Inside the GM Studio. We live stream over there as well. But for this week, for Inside the GM Studio, I believe that's about it. And I've been your host, Matt.
And I am David.